Hello students, இன்னைக்கு chapter 3ல இருக்கிற numerical problems எல்லாமே one by one பார்க்கலாம். So first problem, the two cells of EMF 1.5 volt and 2 volt having a internal resistance 0.2 ohm and 0.3 ohm respectively, which are connected in parallel, and now we have to calculate the EMF and internal resistance of equivalent cell. Okay, so என்ன கொஸ்டினில் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, the two cells, okay, ரெண்டு செல் இருக்கு, the two cells having the EMF 1.5 volt and 2 volt. Okay, the EMF of the two cells are 1.5 volt and 2 volt. Okay, which are connected in parallel. Okay, two cells are connected in parallel, and then the internal resistance of the first cell is, so the internal resistance, these are the two cell. Okay, so we have to draw the diagram. Okay, from the question we have to draw the diagram. Okay, so the two cells, this is the cell 1, this is cell 2, which are connected in parallel. The EMF of the first cell is 1.5, EMF of the second cell is 2 volt. The internal resistance of the first cell is 0.2 ohm and internal resistance of the second cell is 0.3 ohm. Okay, so these are all in the question itself. Okay, now what we have to find, we have to find the EMF and internal resistance of equivalent cell. What is mean by equivalent cell? That is, we have to, here we have two cells. Okay, so number of cells is 2, so we have to find the EMF and the internal resistance for equivalent cell. Okay, so what is the formula for equivalent cell? That is the EMF for equivalent cell. So epsilon equivalent is equal to epsilon R2 plus epsilon R1 by R1 plus R2. Okay, this is the what? EMF of equivalent cell. Okay, now we have to substitute all the things which are in this diagram. Okay, epsilon 1, epsilon 2, R1 and R2. Okay, by solving this one we will get 1.7 volt. Okay, so then two things we have to find in this problem. First one is EMF and the second one is internal resistance. So what is the formula for internal resistance? Here the resistance are connected in parallel way. Okay, so the formula is R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Okay, this is the formula for resistance in parallel connection. Okay, so after this we have to substitute the R1 and R2 in this equation. Okay, then solving we will get 0.12 ohm. Okay, the unit of the resistance is ohm and epsilon is V. Okay, so in next video we will see this next problem. Okay, thank you.